I thought we were the perfect couple, but a notification from my smart home app split my life into before and after. I didn't scream, I just locked them inside my apartment naked. Sarah and I had been together for 10 years, married for 8. Our friends called us the unbreakable monolith. We had a shared plan: work hard now to retire early. The jewel of this plan was a luxury industrial-style loft downtown that we bought, renovated ourselves, and rented out on Airbnb. We called it the Vault because it brought us steady income. That Friday, the apartment was unbooked. Sarah, cooking dinner, said with feigned exhaustion, "Honey, the boiler at the Vault is acting up, and I think the cleaner missed the windows last time. I'm going to head over there tomorrow and stay the night. I'll scrub everything and check the plumbing so we don't lose our Superhost status. You know how I like things to be perfect." I even offered to go with her, but she insisted. "No, you worked all week. Relax. Order a pizza, watch the game. I can handle it." I kissed her and thought about how lucky I was to have such a hard-working wife. Saturday, late night, an autumn storm hit the city. The wind howled outside, and as I lay in our bed, I thought about Sarah. The loft has high ceilings. It can get chilly. I decided to be a caring husband and remotely raise the temperature via the Google Nest system. I opened the app. The home dashboard appeared on the screen. Thermostat, 70 degrees F. Lighting, bedroom, 50% dim, preset for romance. That triggered my first suspicion. Why does she need dim lighting to clean windows? My finger slid to the Wi-Fi network tab. The list of connected devices loaded in a second. Sarah's iPhone, active, downloading data. Smart TV, active, Netflix. Mike's iPhone 13, active. Time stopped. The blood drained from my face. Mike, that name hit me like an electric shock. I remembered him. Michael was our guest 4 months ago. A businessman from Chicago. Charismatic, confident. Back then, Sarah checked him in personally and gave him a tour of the apartment that lasted longer than usual. After he left, she laughed, telling me how funny he was and that they had just become friends on the Airbnb Messenger. I opened the Yale Smart Lock log. 7:15 p.m., unlocked by Sarah's code. 7:16, locked from inside, no exit. 12 hours had passed. They were there, together, watching Netflix in romantic lighting. I didn't sleep, didn't cry, didn't drink. I sat in my armchair staring at a spot on the wall while my love burned away, leaving behind only the cold ash of calculation. At 4:45 a.m., I got up, took a cold shower, got dressed, and grabbed a heavy-duty ABUS padlock from my toolbox, the kind we used for securing bikes. I got in my car. The city was gray and wet. I drove in complete silence. At 5:30, I was at the door. I took out my physical master key. I knew the electronic lock would chime when opened, so I had to act instantly. I opened the door. The hallway smelled of expensive wine and sex. On the floor, mixed in a pile, lay their clothes. Her silk dress, his jeans, her lingerie, his shirt. I walked to the bedroom. The door was ajar. On the bed, tangled in the sheets, 2 people were asleep. Sarah lay with her back to me, and this Mike's hand lay possessively on her hip. I pulled out my phone. Flash off. Photo 1, wide shot of the bed. Photo 2, close-up of their faces. Photo 3, the empty bottle of Chateau Margaux 2015, my gift to her for her 30th birthday. They didn't even stir. Alcohol and exhaustion made their sleep deep. I began my harvest. Quiet as a ninja, I gathered every single piece of clothing from the floor. I took everything, down to the last sock. I went to the hallway and took the shoes, her sneakers, and his leather loafers. I even grabbed their overnight bags near the entrance.
I carried it all to my car. They were left in the apartment completely naked. Their only link to the world was their phones. I left them intentionally so they could enjoy the panic. Returning to the door, I locked the deadbolt. Then, I slipped the shackle of the padlock onto the exterior hasps of the door. We installed them for extra anti-theft security when the apartment was vacant for long periods. Click. That sound was sweeter to me than music. I got my car, but I didn't leave. I parked across the street with a view of the loft's windows and took out my phone. I opened the Airbnb app, found Michael's profile, and wrote a review. Guest grossly violated house rules. Instead of checking out, he decided to service my wife in my bed. He stole my family, but I took his pants. Hope the police enjoy your show. 1 star. The show started at 7 a.m. I saw shadows frantically moving in the windows. Then Sarah's phone started calling me once, twice, 10 times. I stared at the screen and drank coffee from my thermos. Then I saw Mike trying to kick down the door, but it was a reinforced steel door. No chance. At 8:30, a police cruiser and a fire truck pulled up. One of the neighbors had called them because of the screaming. I watched as the firefighters used an angle grinder to cut off my padlock. And then the finale. The door opened. Out of the apartment, covering themselves with bedsheets, since there were no clothes, walked Sarah and Mike. They were escorted out to the street where curious neighbors with phones had already gathered. It was a true walk of shame. I took one last photo from my car, started the engine, and drove straight to my lawyer. Sarah lost everything. Her husband, her reputation, and her share in that loft. And Mike, his wife back in Chicago, saw my review too.